Shalawam, shalawam. Hope the sound is coming through clear. Alright. Hey, first and foremost, facing the east towards the holy city. All praises be to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of the great millstone, which rule well and teach well, and sincerity taught us the truth. Shalawam to the Lord's hopeful elect, 144,000 men, as well as 1/3 men, women, and children, maintaining themselves, keeping the laws, commandments, and statutes to the best of their ability. It's your brother Yaram Kazak, back with hopefully another edifying lesson through the spirit, power, and strength of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Kakadash. Yahawah is the Father's true name, who the world ignorantly calls Jehovah, Elohim, Yahweh. Any of those names, those are hogwash, those are fake names. Yahawah is the true name. Yah means he, Hawa means to be or to exist, right? So he exists, he is, simply, he exists. It's no origin of the Father. And then Yahawashi is who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, or Yeshua, or Yahosha, or any of those other type of weird names. His true name is Yahawashi. So Yah, once again, means he. Yahawashi means to save, to deliver, is salvation. Right? At the end of the day, those are the correct names. And then Rakah Kadash, Rakah meaning spirit, Kadash meaning holy. So we have a spirit that's holy, a spirit that's set apart. At the end of the day, these are the proper names of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. And if you do not come in those names, according to Matthew 28:19, you're not baptizing correctly. You're baptizing in a wicked spirit. A different type of spirit. We don't deal with no ghosts, so it's not Holy Ghost, it's Holy Spirit. It's Barak Kadash, right? We don't deal with no ghosts. That's a tormented spirit, okay? And we don't deal with no Yahweh, which goes back to Baal, okay? We don't deal with Yeshua, because it's no U in the Hebrew. It's no E, U, O, V, J, or F in the Hebrew, the Lashawan Kadash. So if an individual is coming in a false name, then they're not diligent. They really didn't search diligently Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. Okay? Now what we're going to go into today is more so emotional control. Right? And I want to go to the book of Ezekiel, the 2nd chapter. Because what you have to have in this truth is emotional control. If you don't got that, man, you gonna fall, bro. You gonna fall. Alright, this is Ezekiel, the 2nd chapter, verse 2. I can start at the top. And he said unto me, Son of man, stand upon thy feet, and I will speak unto thee. And the Spirit entered into me when he spake unto me, and set me upon my feet, that I heard him that spake unto me. And he said unto me, Son of man, I send thee to the children of Israel. Who? To the children of Israel. Go to Moab. Now go to Ammon. No, go to the Elamites. Go to the Ishmaelites. Go to Cush. Go to Canaan. Matter of fact, go to Phut. Or go to the Egyptians, Mizraim. Go to them. No. I sent you to the children of Israel. Who is that? The so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. We did not come to these Edomites. Why would I speak to you? You can't even hold on to the Holy Spirit. So how could I baptize you? The name of Yahawah is found in the midst of Israel. Alright? It's not found amongst these heathen. They can't say Yahawah. They don't say Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. They don't come in those names. Okay? So this is why first and foremost we come into the children of Israel. Because we are of Israel. And he said unto me, Son of man, I send thee to the children of Israel, to a rebellious nation that have rebelled against me. They and their fathers have transgressed against me, even unto this very day. Unto this very day. Don't they still transgress against the Most High Yahawah? Don't they still transgress against the Son? Right? Now you have a remnant that will receive and will take it and will hold on to it. Those are not a part of the rebellious nation. They're in the nation, but they're not the rebellious ones. You have these rebellious ones who's going to choose Santa Claus over Yahawashi. They're going to choose Halloween over being holy. You're going to choose Valentine's Day over the Passover, Easter over the Passover. You're not going to do the Feast of Unleavened Bread. You're not going to do the Day of Atonement and afflict yourself. You're not going to move in that vibration because you're choosing the world over Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. And he said unto me, once again, Son of man, I send thee to the children of Israel. So we're going amongst the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans to a rebellious nation. The rebellious nation that have rebelled against me. They and their fathers have transgressed against me even unto this very day. Now, keeping in mindset, going back and forth, going back, we did transgress. The remnant did transgress. We in this situation because we went off. We messed up. We was in the world at a point in time. All right? But it comes a point where we stop being rebellious. It comes a point where we stop calling on Jesus Christ. Where we stop calling on Yahweh and Yeshua. Where we stop calling on Yahusha and Yehuda. Where we stop calling on these false gods. Where we turn back to our power. So the entire nation, once again, being rebellious, but you have that remnant, which is going to come out of that. You have that remnant, which is going to turn back and seek Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. Verse 4, for they are imprudent children and stiff-hearted. I do send thee unto them, and thou shalt say unto them, thus saith Yahawah power. So we got to tell you, this is coming from Yahawah power, man. This ain't coming from our minds. This ain't coming from our own understanding. This ain't coming from no seminar schools. Thus saith Yahawah power. So what did he say? Let's read it. And they, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear. For they are a rebellious house, yet shall know that there have been a prophet among them. So when we come and bring them this prophecy, when we come and tell them that America is going to be destroyed, these schools, the McDonald's, the fast food restaurants, the Aldis, the Stater Brothers, these, you know, all these establishments, these corporations, is going to be destroyed in hellfire and brimstone and the ICBM missiles. But you get emotional and you start, that ain't about to happen. No, God won't let it happen. God won't let it happen. Guess what? He's ordaining it. This is why we're saying, thus saith Yahawah power. Because he ordains this destruction. He ordains the deletion of 2/3 of our people. So we're letting you know whether you hear or forbear. To hear means you got the ears to hear, you're taking it in, it's resonating with you, and you're preparing your spirit, you're preparing your soul. Right? You okay. Hey, thank you for telling me that, brother. You know, I know, hey, you gave me comfort. So now I know that this slavery ain't gonna continue. Right? Now I know that our king is on the way to come and get us. That's the good news. Right? Salvation, true salvation. That's being saved. You have to be in those chariots. Until we get in those chariots, we're not saved. I had an individual ask me, so are you saved? I said, no, I'm not saved. How am I saved? Nigga, we still gotta pay bills. We still got this white man breathing down my neck. Right? You understand? So how am I saved? Now, coming into this truth, I've been made free because I understand now how to keep it. I understand how to fight for my salvation. You know, 1, 2, jab, step. 1, 2, jab, step. I understand. Right? But is the fight over? Why would he say in Matthew 24:13, endure to the end? If we at the end, that means the fight is over. But it's not over yet. This ain't the end, you understand? So you have to continue to endure until the fight is over, then you are saved. While you're in the fight, your ass can still get knocked out. Don't get caught slipping, man. I saw this TikTok clip. Dude these two boxers, it was this dirty boxer. And really, it wasn't really dirty, I mean. All right, so they tapped up, and then dude walked over here, but I ain't hit no bell. He knocked him out. And you could say it was a cheap shot. The fight was still going on. This is what Jake is on. You letting your guard down, and you trusting your enemy. All right? I'm gonna move over there because it's the sun hitting the phone over here. But watch that. What I just watched was that Katrina documentary, right? Jake thought it was all cool, and you had this Make It Right Foundation, which they had Brad Pitt to come be the spokesperson, and they were building up these houses. So Jake was like, yo, they're building us houses, they're trying to give back, they're trying to help us for what Katrina did to us, right? Now, in those houses, what happened? Wood wasn't, the wood deteriorated when you got water on it. Okay, the materials was cheaper and made from nothing. So over a course of a couple months, houses was breaking down. Plumbing was terrible. Everything was being destroyed. So they might have got those houses. They had to put, like, one lady said she had to put down $1,500 in the down payment, and then she paid $43 in closing costs. You would think this is a miracle. But then later on, she had $20,000 worth of damage that she had to pay for, and more. It kept accumulating up. Okay? Don't trust your enemy. Esau has what? His words are smoother than butter, but in his heart it's war. Alright? But we tell Jake this, and they get emotional. They tell us that we hate the white man. We do. Why the fuck you don't hate your slave master, man? What's up with you? That's a question you need to ask yourself. Why do you love somebody that is continuously beating your ass? It's a toxic relationship Jake got with the white man. Yeah, well, he beat my ass, but he good to me sometimes. He gave me that, he gave me that, the stimulus check. He gave me the welfare. He gave me the EBT. He gave me the EDD. He gave me the, you know, he good to me sometimes, but he beat my ass. This is what Jake is on. So whether you hear or forbear, man, you want to hear it, and you resonate. It resonates. That Micah 2 resonates with you, which we gonna hit that. It resonates with you, but you want to forbear. You want to have cognitive dissonance or Stockholm syndrome. You love your captors. Yeah, they beat your ass, and you in slavery. They got you in handcuffs, walking around with chains, but you love it. You begin to love it after a time period. We call that an Uncle Tom. Right? You sold out. You Samuel L. Jackson and Django. Keeping it going. For they are imprudent, stupid, sottish. They are imprudent children and stiff-hearted. Stiff-hearted means you're stubborn. You don't want to listen. It goes in one ear, comes out the other. You can't comprehend. As the scriptures say, they didn't want to retain the knowledge of power. All right, you can't retain it. So you can watch all the breakdowns, know all the precepts, but the knowledge and the wisdom you can't grasp it. You can't hold on to it. For they are imprudent children and stiff-hearted. I do send thee unto them, and thou shalt say unto them, thus saith Yahawah power. And they, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear, for they are a rebellious house. 2/3 of our people are going to forbear. You got Jake riding up and down the street, riding cross street, you know, up and down. I'm at J and 20th East, right? Jake riding up and down. They're going to Walmart. They're going to McDonald's. They're going to KFC. They're going to Stater Brothers. They're going to Aldi's. Area of commerce. Jake don't care. Jake does not care. They're forbearing. They're caught up in their lives. Jake can't see that all of this is about to be destroyed, man. You caught up in your cars, your houses, your families. But you don't understand because you're not spiritual. You're caught up on the physical, the carnality of things. Yeah, he ain't paying my bills. Why am I go listen to him? He ain't putting no money in my pocket. This is the true wealth, though. This is the true wealth of the kingdom. What the prophets is standing up and giving to you every single Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and some brothers do mid-camp. What the prophets is giving you, that's the wealth. Because you're building up your treasures in heaven. So you talk about you want to make it stack. All you're doing is stacking carnality. You're stacking money that can with Edomite faces on it, may I add, and it's doing nothing for you. All that's gonna be destroyed, and really that money about to be took from you if you understand the beast system. We going into a digital system. You understand that? Well, they gonna take all that money from you, and they gonna give you about $3,000 a month. Here, spend this. They gonna put it on the C-hip, or put it on the Neuralink, or put it on the precision chip, all right, or put it on the electronic tattoo, which we went into last night. So that's where your money gonna go. Your savings ain't gonna matter, Jake. Yeah, but I got 10,000 in savings. It's not gonna matter, Jake. Get with this social system, this social credit score. You go against this social credit score, you get out here preaching and teaching and talking against the government. Oh, Nero, DJT, he gonna take your money from you. He gonna put you on the red list. They gonna come and persecute you. They gonna lock you up. Your wife gonna be there screaming because you don't have emotional control. You gotta have emotional control. You gotta know what's going on. You gotta know that these things are meant to come if you do this work. Verse 5. And they, whether they will hear or forbear, for they are a rebellious house, yet shall know that there have been a prophet among them. And when are they gonna know that? During Jacob's trouble. When everything, and really, things we've been saying have been coming to pass. All right? We've been telling you stuff. All right? I remember in high school, man. I didn't know the scriptures, but I knew about the MOTB. I was telling them this was going to happen. Because I read, what? Behold a pale horse. So I knew it. I was talking about the Illuminati, the Rothschilds, Rockefellers. To understand that. Understanding it now, that was the spirit. But they would look at me and call me Illuminati boy. He's crazy. He's talking that conspiracy shit. Right? You even got dudes in the circumcision that know they Israelites that say we shouldn't be talking about so-called conspiracies. He's a conspiracy theorist. That term was created in 1960s, man. Alright? Damn, it's hot. Alright? To stray people from the truth of what happened to JFK and other events. They call you a conspiracy theorist. A lot of our people ain't hearing. They forbearing. They don't want to hear the truth. Verse 6, and thou, son of man, be not afraid of them. Having that emotional control. So don't be afraid of these individuals. They more afraid of us than we ain't afraid of them. Fuck, I gotta fear man for it. Don't fear those that can destroy the flesh, but fear him that can destroy the soul and the flesh in hell. So we don't fear man. Esau, you can't do shit to me, man. Take my life, I'm coming right back. I died in Hamashiach. That's what's going on. But Jake is not spiritual. They don't understand. They can't comprehend. They don't have, as Brother Abaniah say, they're biblical illiterate. Be not afraid of them, neither be afraid of their words. Though briars and thorns be with thee, and thou doest dwell among scorpions, be not afraid of their words, nor be dismayed at their looks, though they be a rebellious house. That's what they are. Extremely rebellious. They hate Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. Now let's see what Yahawashi said about it. Because he told us a similar thing. And all he was doing was bringing it from this. Alright, this is Matthew 10 and 16. Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves. right? You understand that? So you gotta be wise. A serpent is wise. A serpent knows when to strike. A serpent knows when to talk and when to shut up. That's having emotional control. Serpents have ultimate emotional control. You may be hungry. You may not have eaten in a couple days, but a serpent is going, hey, I see a prey. All right, let me get right. Let me tighten up. Let me get right. This is what a regular nigga would not understand, because you don't have emotional control. You can't control your emotions. You're hasty. You just moving and just doing whatever your flesh say do. All right? So be harmless as doves also. We ain't nothing. We ain't got nothing. We ain't got no militia. We ain't got no, you know. So why when guys go to camp and they not real Israelites, I mean they Israelites by blood, but they not real. You go to camp with a pew with a stick, things of that nature. Is that appearing harmless as doves? No. We are here for our people. So we are wise as serpent, harmless as doves. That's having emotional control. That's being able to control your thoughts. That's being able to control your feelings. That's being able to rule over your spirit, right? Not make hasty decisions. You know, understand, one hasty decision leads to another bad decision because it was made in haste. Right? I play a lot of strategy games, man, where you gotta use emotional control dealing with these things. This life is a strategy game. Do you understand? You gotta use strategy. And that means apply the scriptures. If you can't apply the scriptures and use them in your life, what are you doing? Why are you even reading the Bible? This right here is to help you get through. As we move toward a new world order, man. Hey, that's the spirit right there. Y'all hear that shit? Let's go, man. Let's go. All right? And they had Eminem say that. Okay? They had him say that. Because that song was major. That song was massive. You better lose yourself as we move toward a new world order. That's what's been displayed and forever cemented in the minds of us long ago. It's all in the movies. It's all in the music. It's all in the books. Okay? NWO. It's on your dollar bill. That was created, what, 1776? Right? Around that time period. It's on your $1 bill. New World Order. I don't know Latin, though. I don't know Latin. You should know a little bit. You should at least know what's on the dollar bill. Right? Let's keep it going. And thou shalt, verse 7, Ezekiel 2 and 7. And thou shalt speak my words unto them. We ain't coming in our own power. We coming in the words of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. Trust in him. Is he going to leave you? If he's going to fail you? Is anything in this book going to fail you? No. So why should you be scared to speak? Like the dude with the one talent. I've been using this all week. Okay? He was scared to use it, to make it multiply. Why? Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi is going to strengthen you to take what you've been given in the spirit to make it multiply. But you want to bury it under the ground. What if I take my talent, man, I wrap up camp, I go back home right now, and I stop preaching altogether. No more lessons, no nothing. I'm burying my talent. The scriptures say, quench not the spirit. You sitting on it. You know how to break the scriptures down, but I'm not that good with the speech. So what? You'll get better. I'm an old country boy, man. Like, doesn't matter. You'll get better. You get the main thing is get some experience. How you gonna get better if you don't get no reps in? To you jakes that you're sitting on the couch acting scary, man. Get some reps in. We are not told to be yes men. This ain't no yes men type organization, man. This is the house, man. This is the body, the house of David, the tabernacle of David. All right? To get that correct. We've been raised up. If you ain't correcting this thing, you're going to get spit out. Yahawashi going to say, I never knew you. You're going to say, Lord, Lord, Yahawashi, Yahawashi. But he never knew you. Because you didn't come in the proper vibration, the correct understanding, the correct doctrine. You was scared, you was terrified. The fearful shall go into the lake of fire. Now we gonna have anxiety. We gonna have that. But we not gonna be fearful. It's a difference between being stressed out and being fearful. Yahawashi was stressed out. He had anxiety, so much to the point where he was bleeding. He was sweating blood. All right? He had anxiety, sweating blood. This is in the scriptures. Okay? So, anxiety is a norm. It's a human emotion. It's a part of this flesh. But you got to work over that. He worked over it, right? Now, how are you going to move through that and in your Garden of Gethsemane moment? How are you going to get over that if you never ever experienced it? You never ever read about it. You never ever taught about it. You never ever worked it out. How you going to stand before governors if you never stood up on the corner in front of little peasants? Right? But you think you just going to be thrown into that position and you going to be ready? No, you're not. You look at these college basketball players, man. Look at Zion Williamson, man. Supposed to be great. Supposed to be great from my neck of the woods, man. I was like, yeah, South Carolina, okay. Ja Morant, too. I was like, oh, Ja about to go in there and dominate. He ain't got the character. He around here talking about that. He doing all of that. He ain't got the character. You more concerned with waving around guns than you are with actually playing basketball, getting better. Yeah, you naturally gifted. So what, nigga? Get your foundation correct. Get some morals and integrity about yourself. Learn how to carry your fucking self, man. Making us look like niggas. And I hate them. They don't got it because they did not have the reps. They did not have the experience. They don't got the proper understanding. They didn't have the correct foundation. No father in the household. So you come in the league and you get all this. You got the women, you got the fame, you got the money, you got the cars, you got the clothes. You don't know how to deal with it. You fucking it up. Because you never had the characteristics, the morals, the understanding to handle this stuff. Trust me, we all go through that. In the Navy, I know I fumbled the bag many times. You don't give a young man a credit card, man. It's crazy. All right, so getting back, precepts, we got any precepts? Hey, Shalawam to the brother in the car. Shalawam, Allah, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Barak, Ahtham. All right, so you and your household. Yeah, practice makes perfect. If you don't get no reps in, how you gonna get better? Jake act like they just gonna wake up and be, but Jake don't believe, man. Why did Yahawashi tell him go out 2 by 2? To go preach on the highways and byways, to go bid them to the marriage. Why? He's giving you the spirit. So therefore, go and exercise it. Quench not the spirit. All right, verse 8, Ezekiel 2 and 8. But thou, son of man, hear what I say unto thee. Be not thou rebellious like that rebellious house. Open thy mouth and eat that I give thee. And when I looked, and behold, a hand was sent unto me, and lo, a roll of a book was therein. And he spread it before me, and it was written within and without, and there was written therein lamentations and mournings and woe. It's not all cupcakes, man. You got good moments in this truth, you got bad moments. You got ups and you got downs. You're gonna go through chastisement. All right, you may have moments where you're getting exalted, but it's all because of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. Halalyam, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, for every single lesson that we have ever been able to bring out. That means all the brothers all over this globe that Yahawah has raised up. We always give it back to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. It's not about us. Who the fuck is we? The water he chose to bring us out of this. He chose to wake us up. When he chose to wake, he could have left me in the world. Left me in the world being stupid, being ignorant. You don't understand. And if you're not grateful for coming into this thing, man. Some brothers coming into this thing for the wrong fucking reasons, man. All right? And you don't appreciate this brotherhood. You don't appreciate what's been given to you. How you gonna come in the body and start fighting the body? Look at situation happened long ago. All right, the shopper of the 12 dude, right? Was calling around and what is it, man? Sowing discord. You don't want to do that amongst the body. You don't want to sow discord. And I don't know what the situation happened. I just remember what I stopped paying attention to it. But just that for an example. You do not want to sow discord amongst the brethren, trying to put this individual against this other individual, and this individual, this other individual, because your feelings are hurt. Your emotions are hurt. You don't have no emotional control. You're holding a grudge. Leviticus, the 19th chapter, tells you not to do that. But you like, nah, he did me wrong long ago, because he might have rebuked you and corrected you. You call that doing you wrong. Nigga, you deserved it. He did me wrong. Fuck that Jake. I know that Jake is off. I know that Jake wicked. I'ma catch him slipping. I'ma catch him slipping. That's the mindset of some of these Jakes out here, man. I'ma catch him slipping, and then I'ma expose his ass. Why the fuck don't you correct him on sight? Why don't you correct him on sight? Over here on some secret squirrel shit. Some Perry the platypus shit. Get out of here, man. Alright, precept. Ecclesiasticus 2:1. My son, if thou come to serve Yahawah, prepare thy soul for temptation. Exactly. You're going to be tempted. And that goes back to having emotional control with the water. Because you're going to be tempted beyond anything that the world gave you. You're going to be tempted, man. It comes in many forms. Women, finances, brotherhood, all right, battles, fights, okay? To speak and not to speak, to hold your tongue. Be a wise man, hold your tongue. Observe. When you speak, let it be substance, right? The brother said, you come into the body fighting and sowing discord. Guess what? In the physical body, since you're a virus and you got to be purged out. That's beautiful. How do we get viruses out? How do we get bacteria that doesn't need to be? Because you got good bacteria. That's the thing. Oh, that's perfect. The water for bringing that out, for bringing it to the body. You know, because I wasn't even going to hit that angle, but that's beautiful. Because what? You got good bacteria in the gut. That's a rebuke. That's a correct. That's what you need. You need that good bacteria in your gut, right? And then you got bad bacteria, which you got to purge that out. You got to clean that out. How do you get that out? By fasting. What is Yahawah going to do? Let's go to 1 Peter. Now, matter of fact, let's stay in the book of Ezekiel. Let's go to Ezekiel, the 9th chapter. Like, what is my body doing right now? It's like 100 degrees out here. My body's sweating. What does that mean? I'm sweating out toxins. I'm getting out chemicals. I'm getting out stuff that doesn't need to be in my body. This is how waste comes out of your body. You got sweat glands. You got glands. Armpits, knee, right, neck. You got certain glands where stuff come out. Now, if you're using the incorrect type of deodorant in your arm, then sweat ain't gonna come out. So that mess is gonna be trapped, and that's what leads to disease. That's why it's good to work out. Exercise does profit the body. So it's good to work out at least 3 times a week. You need to sweat, right? And more so to take your body from just a simple level to intense, back to simple, back to intense. That will shock the body and get your metabolism moving. And that's how you lose weight. All right, this is Ezekiel, the 9th chapter. And we're going to start at verse 4. And Yahawah said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem. Now, Jerusalem is every living, breathing, so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American. Or if you are amongst the other nations and you look like the other nations, the heathens, but your bloodline goes back to Jacob, then you are actually a part of the 12 tribes. Okay? Get my sign, bring it closer to me. So, that's what it's talking about when it says Jerusalem. It's not talking about, man, come on. It's not talking about the holy city. But really, it's talking about the holy city. Because wherever we go with Jerusalem, wherever we go with Israel, wherever we go, all right? So, go through Jerusalem, the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. Abominations. Atlanta. That's the homo capital of the world, man. Atlanta and San Francisco. And more so Atlanta now. And who is the capital of it? Who is the mascot? Jake. Jakety Jake. Now, what's the... Let me get my book bag. 1 second. What is a main characteristic of a Mo? No emotional control. No emotional control. Effeminate. Feminism. Moving like a female. So what does a female most of the time not, display? No emotional control. Especially a weak woman. That's why the scriptures say, give not yourself to a light woman. All right? Give not yourself to a light woman. Have a woman after your own mind. So, Mo or Jake, those Jakes are committing abominations. Abominations equals no emotional control because you're just moving off of the flesh. Those demons in the flesh are going to cause you to do things that you're going to regret. When Jake, regardless, homosexual or not, when they see those nukes come down and they feel that pain, they're going to regret it. All right? It might have been fun. I don't know how the shit is fun, but it might have been, I don't even know what to say. I honestly, you might have enjoyed it. You might have enjoyed it in the moment, but when you get that judgment for that abomination, you're not going to enjoy that. You're going to regret it. Okay? Keeping it going. Mark upon the forehead. Set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. We sigh and cry. We preach. The Halalyam right here, man. Looking. That brother down there sighing and crying. The brothers is always sighing and crying. In our spirit, vexation. Right? It's heavy vexation. That's what we feel. The brothers in GMS Chicago was talking about it yesterday, man. Everywhere you look, this is another form of Sodom and Gomorrah, as Revelation the 11th chapter talks about. 11 and 8, right? Spiritually Sodom. We walk out our door, we see gay shit. You know, I don't care if I don't care if the lie, whatever. It's all good. All right? We see gay shit. We see homosexuality. We see Mo activity. On the TV, I go to the damn store, see some lesbians, see some dumb shit, man. We tired of this shit. Okay, honestly, we tired of it. We tired of the abominations. If it does not vex your soul, if it does not vex your spirit, then you stay in the fuck here. You not ready to go. You stay in the fuck here. Alright? And I ain't trying to align with nobody like that. You know? Now, do we act on it? No, we can't act on it because we in Babylon. We in captivity. Right? We don't want to lose our freedom in that sense. We can't bring out and carry out the law. You understand? How it's supposed to be done. So we have to move in wisdom. So we rehearse the righteous acts, the acts that we can rehearse. Stoning a Mo or burning a witch on the stake. Right? Burning an adulterous whore on the stake. We can't do those things. Stoning a disobedient child in front of the whole city, we can't do that. America would look at us like, they stoned this 8-year-old, they stoned him to death. Yeah, because his ass was wicked. He didn't want to listen to his parents. It's according to the law. But they would look at us like we murderers. But they supposed to be under God, right? You're not under God. You're under your fucking delusion. whatever part of the Bible you like. Going back to that Ezekiel 2. You don't want to eat the whole roll. That's talking about mornings and woe. You don't want to eat that. You just want to eat the sweet parts. You one of those pull the crust off the bread type motherfuckers. That's what you do. You don't want to eat the bitter parts, right? You don't like grapefruit. You like oranges. I understand. But do you know that grapefruits are more healthy for you? Grapefruits is nature's medicine, man. That's why you can't take grapefruits when you taking that bullshit ass pharmaceuticals, because it'll kill you. That's why your doctor has to tell you, when you take these pills, that's gonna fuck up your liver and they gonna fuck up your kidneys. You can't be eating no grapefruit because they don't work together. Why? Because Satan don't work with Yahawah. He works for Yahawah. But what he creates, what Yahawah allows him to create, goes directly against what you're supposed to take. But you don't want to hear that. If you keep trusting in Satan, I promise you, bro, in Jacob's trouble, you dead. You ain't gonna be able to go to the hospital in Jacob's trouble. No, you ain't gonna be able to call 911. I'm on the floor, somebody come help me. Ben told your ass to get right. Ben told you to get right. I told a family member, man, you need to stop eating all that damn fast food. You need to stop eating all that damn Burger King, that McDonald's, that all that bullshit's gonna kill you. And he did. Cause it killed him. But y'all think we be fucking playing, man. Like we say this shit just to say this shit. No. Turn from your wicked ways. A false balance is an abomination to Yahawah. You cannot have a false balance. You can't just eat meat all day, every damn month. Every day of the month. You're a damn carnivore. You need to have vegetables. You need to have fruit. You need to eat nuts. You need to eat different. Hey, believe it or not, it's actually other stuff out here to eat other than hamburgers and chicken. Mushrooms, Brazil nuts, cashews, tamarindo, right? Coconut water, coconut milk, oat milk. You ain't got to drink out the cow. Salakia, rant. I'm pissed off today. Keeping it going. Verse 5. And to the others he said, in mine hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite. That means kill, kill, kill. Let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity. No pity, no mercy. The angels don't show no mercy. Believe it or not, the angels don't show no mercy. When you mark for death, you gonna die. Yahawah makes no mistakes. If your name is out of the book of life, you gonna die. That's it. You're done. Slay utterly. Listen. Utterly. Old and young. That means 99, 95, 87, 76. Yahawah don't give a damn. Slay utterly. Old and young. That means 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4. 7 months, 8 months, 6 months. Gotta go. Slay utterly. Old and young. Both maids. That's more children. That's more little women. Little girls. And little children. How many times the girl? Damn. And women. Females again. But come not near any man upon whom the Thawah is set. The Thawah, whom is the mark. And begin at my sanctuary. Then they began at the ancient men, which were before the house. The angels show no pity. It's not going to be no mercy for you, man. All right, precepts. Brother said, it was pleasing in their flesh. It was pleasing in their flesh, exactly. You know what? Make sure my phone in the shadow. Yeah, it was pleasing in their flesh. So in that action, this is you wondering why the kids got to die, because you don't understand regeneration, reincarnation, because of what they did in their past life. And if you leave the live, because I see people keep coming in and leaving, if you leave the live, you'll never get to understand it. Oh, you don't believe it, but the Bible speaks on it. Okay, let's put it in layman's term. How you Christians talk. Jesus said that John the Baptist was Elijah. Okay. He said he was the Elijah. He didn't say he came in the spirit of. He didn't say he looked like him. He didn't say, yeah, he had some of the similarities. No, he said he was Elijah. He is Elijah. John the Baptist is Elijah in the reincarnation, in the regeneration. Now, if you want to go against that, you're going against the king, right? Anything we saying, we coming from the scriptures. So go against Yahawashi, go against Yahawah. See how it go for you. I'll wait. You know, actually, I'll be watching Yahawah Ratazah. We be of that number. I'll be watching Revelations 15 and 2. I'll be watching your demise from the chariots. But you don't believe in chariots. Most Christians don't believe in chariots. You don't believe in, oh, wait a minute, spaceships, UFOs. Let me say it like that, spaceships, UFOs, my bad. You don't believe in the spaceships, the UFOs, or the UAPs. Right? You don't believe in the Bible. Just stop. You don't believe in it. Now what I gotta get, we gotta go to, dang, there's somewhere I wanted to go, but I can't remember. All right, but I'm gonna go to Matthew 24. I cannot forget. Okay, verse 7, and he said unto them, defile the house and fill the courts with the slain. Go ye forth, and they went forth and slew in the city. In the city of what? Go back up. The midst of Jerusalem. So where they at? Where the angels at? In the midst of Jerusalem. Well, that's just talking about the holy city. That's just talking about, no, wherever we go is Jerusalem. Wherever we go is Israel. You don't understand that. We was a people before we was a place. All right? And matter of fact, let's go to Matthew 24. Let's go over there. Matthew 24 and 4. And Yahawashi answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you. Not your pork chop pastor, not your bending over taking it pastor, not your Cash App pastor, not your Venmo pastor. None of them. Not Geno Jennings, the bald head pastor, not TD Jakes, the Diddy pastor, not none of them. Let no man deceive you. Not your brothers in the circumcision. Alright, that like to get pegged. Okay, not the ones that say John the Baptist was not in the truth, not them. Okay, not the ones that's talking about the lake of fire is a river, not them. Not the ones that talking about you don't gotta worship Yahawashi. No, not them. Alright, don't let none of them niggas deceive you, because that's what they are. They ignorant. They have no understanding. They are in a spirit of slumber, a deep sleep. Don't let them deceive you. But it's gonna be some of you out there. You got them itching ears. Let me scratch. Let me scratch. Let me scratch. Enoch. Book of Enoch. Shalawam. Book of Enoch. Oh, I like it. I like it. I like it. Book of Jubilee. Oh, I like it. I like it. I like it. That's what I'm picturing y'all be sounding like when y'all be reading that shit. You see what this say? You see what this say right here? This said Esau was in the time of Nimrod. You see this right here? That's not even physically possible, bro. That goes against the scriptures. That contradicts. So how is Enoch, Jubilee, Jasher, how are they proper? How are they correct? These are fictitious books. Pseudepigraphic. right, verse 5, Matthew 24. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that you be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. All right, precepts. Ecclesiasticus 39 and 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. But if you don't have any emotional control, you will not be able to understand that. You're going to be out, my baby! They done killed my baby. I can picture these black women, man. They done killed my baby. And you call us wicked. You say we wicked, but you don't know what the fuck wicked is. You evil for laughing at that. No, judgment. You understand? We understand what judgment is. You act like the Most High don't work. Like everybody, like somebody don't die every single day. In a Christian's mind, what they think is that Yahawah it's just chaos. It's just chaos. He don't got no control down here. He can't even take care of the world. Just go tell Yahawah that. When you so-called pray at night, tell him that you think he just letting people die out here for no fucking reason. Go tell him that. Like he is not ordaining it. Like he does not bring forth the evil. Like he didn't ordain, like I say, a grasshopper die, he knew about it. He had it happen. He made it happen. A cockroach die, he made it happen. For you to have the spirit to step on a roach, he made it happen. You understand that? But you don't. Because you don't got no emotional control. God wouldn't kill no kids. Where the fuck he say that at? I just read in Ezekiel the 9th chapter. He's gonna slay utterly old, young, right? The maids and little children. I gotta read it again? What old dude say? I gotta put it in subtitles or something? What I gotta do? He's gonna slay old and young, maids and little children, and women. Old and young. Well, God ain't gonna kill no kids. Man, we love this ministry, man. But we ready for it to be over, this part. We ready to go in our houses, sit back and listen to people scream. That's what we ready to do, right? Honestly, because we ready to get up out of here. It's no order, it's no proper rulership. They don't even know how to harvest food correctly, plant food correctly. The earth hates Esau. Okay, the crops won't even grow. Your watermelons have no seeds in it, bro. How the hell you getting a watermelon without seeds? It's crazy. So the earth is tired of Esau. We tired of Esau. The earth tired of Esau. Esau tired of Esau. You know? Verse 6. Verse 8. Verse 7. Salaki. For nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. That man's was flying. All right. Nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom. You see it happening constantly, every single day. It's more wars than Ukraine and Russia. All right, it's more wars than Israel and Iran. Okay, you have wars on damn near every continent. All right, so, and you have, if not wars, but you have protests. Okay, you have protests in Australia. Shalawam to my brother GMS Melbourne. You know, you got protests in Australia and GMS Australia down there. So you have uproars among the people everywhere. You understand? It's not just happening where the news is giving it to you. That's what they're feeding you. If you dumb enough to just take what Esau is feeding you, then you just dumb. You're just dumb. Yeah, I'ma trust in my enemy. I'm not gonna trust in you Hebrew Israelites. Motherfucker, you a Hebrew Israelite. Like, I don't understand what's wrong with these people. No, I'm an African American. Oh, okay, you from 2 continents now. named after, so you from Africa, right? So you named after Scipio Africanus, a white man. And then America, you named after misery. Or Amerigo Vespucci. But also misery, because America means misery. So you just a white, miserable individual. That's what your name means. You're you just miserable. And our people are miserable. They're stubborn, they're stiff-hearted. As Ezekiel, the 2nd chapter said. Right? So, because they don't know the origins of nothing. It's no country called Africa. It's no nation called Africa. Most of our people think Africa is a country. It's fucking 54 countries in Africa. I just want to yell sometimes, bro. They like, nah, he's from Africa. Okay, nigga, what part? You got South Africa, you got Cambodia, you got Tanzania, you got Morocco. What part? You got Mozambique. What? The water for the wind. Woo. That was a gush. And that's another thing. The water wind, because earthquakes in diverse places, which we was gonna talk about. Look at that dust bowl that came out of nowhere. Alright? Out of nowhere in what? Phoenix, Arizona? You know, so in Nevada as well. You had all these people driving in a dust storm. It just came out of nowhere. You had no warning. This is what we talking about. Intense weather. Some of it, yeah. Some of it manipulated. Okay, Esau has their weather machine. You can look up Operation Harp, Mount Weather, the earthquake machine. You can look up these things. These are real things. They've actually been disclosed to the American people. But the American people don't care to look. They'll say, when we tell you that they actually be manipulating with the weather, you'll say it's conspiracy theory, when you can actually look it up. Dubai will tell you, they'll do documentaries on it. They're cloud seeding to make it rain more. They controlling the weather over there. Now look at that, they was flooded the other day because they cloud seeded too much. So when we tell you these things, it's not fake. The first time they really used it on a wide scale was in Vietnam, and they put it in the movie Forrest Gump. It rained upwards, it rained to the left, it rained to the right, it rained slanted ways. He was picking on you. That's what they do. They pick on you. Esau picks on people. All right, verse 8. Matter of fact, the end of that. Famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places, which also can fall under the category of extreme weather. Those earthquakes would also mean volcanoes erupting, all right, in diverse places. You have over 42 volcanoes that's active all over this planet right now. All right? Look at Yahawah setting up the scene. Because I believe when the ICBM missiles hit, oh, the volcanoes is going to be active as well. Right? Why not? That's what's going to take place. Because going into it, and I want to go into it some more, I did a lesson entitled Nukes Come Down, We Go Up. Right? Now, in the process of those nukes coming down, what will happen directly after that? A winter, a nuclear winter. You know, and that's what it talks about, where nothing can grow, et cetera, et cetera. We know it's going to be detrimental for America for a long, long time. All right, anywhere that's hit with nukes. But Yahawah is going to what? He's going to push it back whenever he wants to, because he controls all those elements. So, because we will eventually live in Israel once again, how we supposed to. We will live in our land. So it's not gonna be like that forever. Now America will burn for an extremely long time, and then it will burn out. It will be a desert wasteland. All right. According to Joel, the 3rd chapter, and many other places. Precepts. Ate the water, Malak. Keeping it going on that. Let's start it over with that. Ecclesiasticus 39:28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes in the time of destruction. They pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. Who made them? Yahawah. Bahasham Yahawashi. Yahawashi created these things. Read that in the book of Colossians, the 1st chapter. So he created demons. Demons are known as principalities. Okay? Things that rule. And demon also means intelligence. I see a Christian right now rolling over in his grave. That boy said demon mean intelligence. Oh, hell no. Them Hebrew Israelites. Right? But it does. Okay? Demons are just nothing but they're operating on the left-hand side. They're sent to torment you. They're sent to be a challenge to you. A demon might hop on your rib. And you got to deal with that. A demon might hop on you. You got to pray and fast that off. You can't be around here having a demon on you. And that goes back to emotional control, man. Okay? If you don't know how to rule over your spirit, then your spirit is more open to demons. It's more subject to demons. Every time some brother do something and you might be offended by it, that doesn't mean he did it purposely to offend you. Like, this is the thing, bro. I'm tired of dealing with these soft ass jakes, man. Like, nah, that brother got a vendetta out against me. No, the fuck nobody does. We down here fighting. Who is our true enemy? Esau, Edom, man. Not one another. All right? No rebuke, no correction. It's personal. But Jake, if you take it personal, then that's just your soft ass effeminate spirit. And you might take that personal. He calling us soft, effeminate. Blah, blah. Shut up. If you soft, bro, you ain't gonna make it, bro. All right? It's actually against the scriptures to be effeminate, to be soft, to be weak, to have soft skin. How you gonna make it through Jacob's trouble if you reacting to everything that was said about you? Nigga, I tell you like my grandma told you, people gonna talk about you to the day you die. Fuck can you do about it? Can't do nothing about it. Just know who you are. As long as you right with Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, it shouldn't fucking matter what somebody else said. And if you off, then correct yourself. If you off, hold yourself to accountable standard, man. If you off. If you right, then you right. Move in that way. It'll be worked out. The scriptures say suffer godly sorrow. It'll be worked out. Don't be a bunch of reactors out here, man. You might as well be a streamer. Reacting to shit. I'm reacting to this, reacting to that. I'm reacting to this, reacting to that. Yeah, man. All right, verse 29. Fire and hail and famine and death. All these were created for vengeance. How? What else? What else? Teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents and the sword, punishing the wicked to death, to destruction. Teeth of wild beasts. Dogs, coyotes, mountain lions, right? You got Black Panthers that's actually making their way up here. You got all these type of animals. Wolves. I did a lesson a couple weeks ago talking about how I was at this little Cuban spot, you know, and this lady had a half wolf, half dog. And I'm talking about that shit was massive. And that was half wolf, half dog. Like a Balto. And it was massive. And she was talking about, yeah, wolves be making their way down here because this is their natural habitat. North America, Canada, America. This is where they was at. So wolves, These are teeth of wild beasts, black bears, grizzly bears, right? Kodak bears, these type of bears. Teeth of wild beasts. These things will be unleashed. The scriptures say the beasts shall change their places. What's that mean? They're gonna stop living where they living and start living where you living. And if Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi is not protecting you, you fool. You shark bait uhaha. You shark bait uhaha, man. All right. Verse 31. They shall rejoice in his commandment, and they shall be ready upon earth when need is. So when that appointed time is. And when their time is come, they shall not transgress his word. Right? So any angel, going back to you Enoch readers. Oh yes, Enoch. Any angel can't transgress the word. That means the 144,000, we angels. We angels. Paul was an angel. He eventually had to get right. He eventually had to walk correctly. We, as men, as angels, have to walk correctly. It's a fire in our soul. You know, before I came out here, my wife was like, she walked outside, she was like, it's hot out there, babe. You know, it's gonna be a hot one today. I'm like, shit, all right. I didn't know how hot it was till I really got out here. It's hot. But, hey, in season, out of season, regardless. It's a fire. It should be a fire down in the soul, man, the gut. You wake up, you pray. You continue to, you study. You wake up in the spirit, you stay in the spirit. You know? Now you want to have a balance, yeah. I chill out at night, play the game. I'm watching The Boys right now, and I'm watching Invincible. Right? Which Invincible, man, we some vulture mites. Brothers, if brothers watch the show, we them vulture mites. Without any type of pity. We gonna fuck nations up. Anybody come against, they done. Vulture mites, the whole universe fears. That's what we is. Them Israelites is vulture mites. Right? If you watch Invincible, it's a good show. You know. But and I play the game a little bit at night. After I've done my lessons. Right? So priority is Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. And it should be. Priority. It's Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. And then I spend time with the family. Then I give time to my pleasures. It's Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. And that's order, man. You come into this thing, you need to be organized. That goes all the way down to your diet. You don't need to just be feeding your face anymore. You know? It's about order. It's about discipline. It's about instruction. Yeah, demons know the Bible better than the Christian. They fear the name of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. Alright? So I'm going to get a little bit more in this Matthew 24. We're going to begin to wrap it up. Alright, verse 8. All these are the beginning of sorrows. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted. In that time when they come and snatch you up, they may come kick open the door. Your wife, your kid, your baby, whatever you got. And they gonna hit you on the head, knock you down, get down. Don't resist. Okay? Let them take you. They take you and just you, that's beautiful. That's your pop. And I believe that might happen because my wife had a dream when she was by herself for a time period and she ended up in greener pastures, you know, and she ended up safe. So, you know, just understanding through the spirit, looking at that might have been a warning of what's going to happen in the future. She was separated from me. So as we know, they might just take us. Because we the main targets. They might just take us, leave our wife. Right? But you got to trust in Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. And that's having that emotional control. That's having that true faith. That your family is going to be okay. Your family is going to be straight. They're going to be solid. Don't worry. Don't worry, man. So, reading it again. Then they shall deliver you up to be afflicted and shall kill you. and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. Some brothers will be martyred for this truth. And then many shall be offended and shall betray one another and shall hate one another. And many false prophets shall arise and shall deceive many. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. But he that shall endure until the end, the same shall be saved. So you're not saved when you begin to know Yahawah Bahasham Yahweh. No, you're not saved. You got to continue to endure. You have to go through these situations. You got to go through the persecution. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness in all nations, and then shall the end come. You have to have that emotional control to make it to your end. Because your end could be getting martyred. You got to have the emotional control to go through that situation. Your end could be, you know, hey, making it through Babylon, making it through Jacob's trouble, and going into a chariot. That could be your end, which all of us brothers pray for that end. Right? It's not nothing wrong with praying for that. You know what I'm saying? So that could be your end. You have to have emotional control in all of that to be a leader. Understanding Isaiah 4:1, women are going to come seeking you. So you're going to have 10, 20, 30 women that's looking towards you. Because you a man of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. You're going to have these moments. And then to deal with all this, you're going to have emotional control. We are being refined to be kings and priests. Every member of the elect will go through it and be worthy. You will be worthy, man, to put that crown, to have that crown placed on your head. You will be worthy because of what you went through in Babylon, because you built up your treasures in heaven, because you stood tall for Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. You will be worthy. You know? Let's end it over here at Matthew 24 and verse 29. And this cuts your rapture doctrine. Immediately after the tribulation of those days, so immediately after Jacob's trouble, shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. What's that mean? Wisdom, understanding, all of that has been gone. Stars falling from heaven is talking about ICBM missiles coming down. So immediately after Jacob's trouble, the nukes are going to come down. That's why I did a lesson. Nukes come down, we go up. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven. And then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn. So Yahawashi is going to appear and shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. So for you Israelites talking about, yeah, they coming September 23rd, man. Spaceship. Where's the MOTB? Where's Jacob's trouble? Where's the Great Tribulation? Where's all of this at? Where's the ICBM missiles? Okay? You have no understanding of the scripture. You have no understanding of the timeline. Verse 31, and he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other end of heaven. So from Alaska to Australia, man, individuals will be gathered, the righteous, the elect, the remnant. You know? And that's how it's going to be. And what you want to call spaceships, UFOs, which is known as the chariots of Israel. Not no other nation. So heathens, what about the heathens? Heathens can't get in those chariots. Alright, that's pretty much it, man. I'm going to wrap it up right there. Checking the comment board. No more precepts. Ate the water in the car for everything, bro. And anybody else that tapped in. You know, Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, Barak, Ahtham, to you and your household. We're going to turn to the east, facing the holy city. All praises to Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, Bahasham Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of the great millstone once again. And Shalawam to the Lord's hopeful elect, 144,000 men, as well as 1/3 men, women, and children, maintaining themselves a Shalawam. As always, Kwam Yasharahla and a Baba Ball to this wicked kingdom. May Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi destroy this bitch yesterday, man. Shalawam.